Good day and welcome to another episode of Regional Review. I'm Kenya Kambowe, the Namibia Media Holdings correspondent in the northeastern regions. On today's show, we'll be sharing with you highlights of events that unfolded in the northeastern regions over the past week. We'll be also sharing with you an interview with Mr. Johannes Pande, a Rundu resident, who will be giving us an in-depth of the potential of the Kambowe East and Kambowe West regions. Meanwhile, in history today, and it's very important, it's NTV Day, so check out the next video.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.
Welcome back, and now for the news under review. Our first story is about a 1-year-old girl, a baby girl from Mutuaranja village in Kambowe East region, who passed on last week Sunday after she drowned in a bucket of water while her father was fast asleep. According to the police, the incident happened after the mother of the victim left the child with the care of the father, who fell asleep while the child was playing with a bucket of water in which she drowned. The police investigations into this matter continues. Now, in our second story, we'll be talking about Mr. Kennedy Simasiku, the Katima Mulilo Urban Constituency Councillor, who allegedly misappropriated, or let me say stole, around $85,000 from his former employer, which is the Road Fund Administration. Mr. Simasiku resigned in September last year in order to pursue his political career, which he managed to secure a political position. However, his past haunted him, whereby the RFA in October last year opened a criminal case against him of theft after the money which was entrusted with him was misappropriated. He is currently busy paying back the money. However, he hasn't been arrested or questioned by the police, and the police apparently are still investigating this matter. Namibian Sun will still pursue the story this week. In our last story, as many saw last week's announcement by the Minister of Education about the advanced subsidiary examination results, many were surprised after they realized that none of the top 10 performers in that examination are hailing from St. Boniface College, which is regarded as one of the best performing schools and has been dominating these examination results over the past years. However, Namibian Sun made the time to go and sit down with Dr. Roslyn Sebastian, the principal of the school, who shared what might have caused the sudden decline in the performance of the school or the representation in the top 10. Check out the next video. Can you just give us an overview of your reflection on the results for the advanced subsidiary?
Okay, the AS level result. The result for St. Boniface College, I'm satisfactory with our result because our learners, we have the pass rate 100%. The individual results are very good. Unfortunately, we are not reaching the top 10 performers, but I can say that the top 10 performers not define the quality of education in one school. Our learners performed well in the midst of this pandemic. I think St. Boniface College affected very badly last year. Almost 2 months we closed our school without teaching. Maybe this is the reason, this is one of the reason. Another one, the AS level is a new curriculum. The learners as well as the teachers, they have no idea about how is the question paper, how we will prepare the learners and all. But all these challenges, in the midst of all these challenges, we did our level best. The result is quite good. Thank you.
Now tell us in terms of what can the public expect come next year if no challenges, no COVID doesn't affect us this much again. Can we expect St. Boniface to reclaim top spot again within the top performers in the country?
We hope so.
Yes.
We don't know what will happen the next time. It's clear. Still we are working hard. Still we are doing what we are doing. There is no, what I can say that, I cannot assure you that next year we will be the top performers in the country. We are trying for that. Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Can you tell us what potential does the Kambowe region have?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. I myself was born in Rundu, in Kambowe, particularly in Kaisosi, and grew up there. Kambowe region have too much potential. We have the river, as you can see, where people can do a lot of things with green scheme, agriculture. Those are things that we can do. We recently, 2019, we were stopped with the timber harvesting. Those are part of the potential that we have in Kambowe. We have land that can be used for any other activity where we can become the most people that can harvest food to feed the whole Namibia, including SADC. That's the potential that we have. Fish, we have fish here in Kambowe. We have all sort of animal like in environment in our forest. We have animal, elephant, everything that attract tourists. Tourism is part of the project that we have or potential that we have in Kambowe. For you to kill off the unemployment issue, it's really a good, there's a possibility if we can put our head together as a team, as Kamboweans, as Namibian, and raise all these things together and put up a project that can become a basket for Namibia.
Tell me, we have a lot of green schemes in the Kambowe East regions, more especially Kambowe East. Tell us, how effective are they from your observation, and are they contributing to the food security of this region or the country at large?
Currently, no. Apart from when it was run by the government. You remember that the previous time government used to run a green scheme in Namibia, particularly Kambowe. The Uvunguvungu, Ndongalinena, Sitemo, Shadikongoro, and the one from Kambowe West. The problem when this project, this green scheme was handed to agronomic or whatever this agribustef, that is where the problem with the green scheme started fending off. They normally, if we can bring it back, number one that's causing our green scheme problem is electricity. The cost of electricity is too high when you're talking about how to handle what you're putting in, calculating with the input and the harvest, the outcome that you're taking out. So, plus all the, you remember like now, you find that the director that need to sign a tire, just a tire, a tractor have a tire that's problem. Now the person that's running, a manager that's running like Shitemo, you want to replace a tire for him to plow. But you need to write a memorandum, send it to the head office where the chief executive is sitting. That takes a lot of time. That is why this green scheme does not produce anything unlike when it was previously before they give it to current management.
Okay.
Take an example of Vungu. We used to produce milk there. We used to produce guava there. We used to produce everything. But now all the cattle that were there, which a lot of people have employment, are nowhere to be found. We don't know what is happening.
Okay. Tell us, for subsistence farming now, people are saying the Kavango are poor. You see people always donating food here and there. But you guys have the fertile land. The rain is always a guarantee in this part of the country. Do people really work hard in terms of ensuring that they have food on their table so people cannot be regarded as poor?
Working hard. People are working hard, so hard that people, you can see yourself that somebody is trying. The problem we have, especially in agricultural scheme, even the smaller scale farming, the small farming scale, access to funding is a problem. Because recently there were people who wanted funding on an aquaculture scheme that was supposed to be established at Mayana. There's a school close to Mayana, nearby Ngone, which is called Rutwao. So when the application was launched to get funding assistance, they are asking a poor person a collateral. So that demoralized people not to get something going. Even 100,000 for you to get it is a problem. But people are trying their best. If you go along the river here, just from here where we're standing, you go down here, you find that a lot of people have put up small green scheme along the river, where they put themselves, they cut a tree and they put up like a boundary, so they cultivate there. The problem is if people can be assistant, you get tomato there, you get everything there. That's not, it's not that people want to become poor. The problem is assistant does not come.
Okay, let's go to other aspect of water. We have the Kavango River, the one that is in the background. We have two issues. Urban areas like Rundu, weather is a challenge, while the river is just a few meters away. Come to the villages, no potable water. As you can see, we always get sad news that someone is drowned or someone attacked by a crocodile simply just to go and fetch water at the river. So I want to hear from you, how can we sort out the issue of water in the Kavango regions?
Water crisis in Kavango region is brought about people leadership, poor leadership. You know, everything you see currently here was brought about by the leadership of Lucas Muhepa with the assistance of Lax Development. If you go to Rundu Town Council, you see a big notice board that's written the Lax Development. All the water pipe that you see running here, it was established by that time before it was declared a town council. But since the town council took over, you have seen that it's not that there's no water in Kavango. The river is here. It's 500 from here to the reservoir here at Rundu Rural Supplier. It's about 700 meter or 500 meter. So what the challenge that we have, when people are elected into power, they misuse their power and it becomes people that like deadwood, we're sorry to use the word. They are waiting for the government, the minister to make decision just on a simple thing that can be done by themselves. Just take an example of Kavango water from Rundu town. If you compare the price from the current price that we are buying water from Rundu Town Council and you take the Oranyemund River, the Rospina, you will see that those people are getting their water very cheaper, but they are pulling it from a 10-kilometer on the rock where they put their pipe. So this is a thing that we are making ourselves. Ignorance and the dispute about who is bringing the project. If you are somebody that you are not known, you come up with a proposal and you bring it to the council or to the rural areas that we must bring water to the community. It's always a dispute who's supposed to get credit about this. Okay. So that is why where the root cause of crocodile or higher cost of water is not about the problem of where the water is coming. It's ignorance about putting effort to see how do we subsidize water price.
Talk about our roads in Rundu. In the Kambowe, but Rundu basically our roads where cars are driving on. What is your take on them? Well,
I have said that everything you see here was brought about by lax development. There's nothing wrong to make our road safer. We have brought investors in Kambowe in 2018. I think even the former CEO that was here can tell you. Funds have been given. The problem is decision making. Government, the top leadership in head office, like the ministers, the government itself, they are pumping money in Kambowe for people to use as to use for the construction of road. The problem is the leadership that we have. They are killing our town. Look at an example of the Ngondo road from Sauyema Kahonzo. It was recently renovated, but look at the poor quality of that road. We don't have, number one, we don't have an engineer, a qualified engineer that can run this town as the civil engineer to look up the quality of roads. That's the problem we have. And the town have been gone for nearly 3 years without the CEO. So dispute with the dismissal of the council because of the infighting are causing the Rundu Town Council to become a problem. So those are challenges, but there's nothing wrong with the central government putting money on the town to make sure that this road have been repaired, including themselves to go about looking for investors that can come up with a partnership on Triple P, and they don't do that. So whatever opportunity that they get, they don't even look after this program. So those are the cause of the problem we have.
Okay, Mr. Bande, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure our viewers will really step into what you've shared with us today.
Thank you too.
Keep up the good spirit. Sir.
Have a nice day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the conditions for the northeast, overcast weather and some rain is expected at Rundu over the next 2 days and then again on Saturday. Showers are forecast for Nkurunkuru today and tomorrow, where after the skies will clear somewhat. Kongola and Katima can expect some rain over the next 2 days, along with sun and 35-degree heat on Thursday, where after the clouds will return. At Kasane, rain is forecast today, followed by partly cloudy weather for the rest of the week.
Swiping or tapping your FNB Visa card is the safest, easiest, most rewarding way to transact. Because if you swipe your FNB Visa debit or credit card 3 times a month, you'll automatically be entered into the draw to win your share of a mammoth 250,000 Namibian dollars. Competition ends 15 February 2022. T's, C's and rules apply. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
That was all we had in store for you today. Thank you very much for watching and stay tuned for another episode of Regional Review tomorrow, same time on NTV, the best TV in Namibia.